Yo, what up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of MLT News. I am your host, Irvine.
I am your host, Ashton. Trey, thank you very much for joining us. All right, let's get right into it. Childish Gambino said that after Awaken My Love, he's going to stop making music. But at the Emmys, which he won 2 of them, he said he might make a mixtape with Chance. Are you guys looking forward to this? They did have that one song together, which was pretty dope. Yeah.
To be honest, I wasn't a fan of that song until recent, but I really fuck with it now. I don't know what a Chance and Childish project would sound like though, because Childish has evolved so much, and Chance has solidified a direction that he's gotten into. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'd be very afraid but excited. I definitely listen.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be dope just because we know that Childish Gambino could do basically anything. He's talented that way. So I think he would be the perfect complement for Chance. Because right now there's no one else that's really in the lane of Chance in terms of how their music sounds. Maybe the content, but not how it sounds. So I think Childish Gambino would be a dope collaboration.
Yeah, they complement each other. But on that note, I feel prior to them mastering their own lanes, it would be the perfect collaboration. But now because they have solidified themselves, it's it still would sound good, but not as good as if they did it back in their mixtape days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm hyped for that. I would listen to that definitely.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Just on the note of Childish Gambino, which is going by Donald Glover now because he's not making music anymore. Only recently I realized the crazy impact that he's having on the game right now, because he won 2 Emmys for what's the show called? Atlanta. He won 2 Emmys for that. Mm-hmm. He was the first black Spider-Man. He's creating a Deadpool movie, and then he's going to be Han Solo in the next Star Wars movie. So I never really thought about it, but Childish Gambino is on a whole nother level, and it's crazy to think that he started off making YouTube videos, and then he was Troy, which was the complete opposite of who he is now. And then he got his own show, and now he's creating his own content. Yeah, I think that's someone we need to definitely look out for. We're already looking out for him, but the kind of stuff that he's doing is on a whole nother level.
You think it's he would be at a level like Will Smith?
I think he's passing Will Smith.
Okay, relax.
Wow, he's wild.
Okay, you hear this guy?
Okay, but
here's the only argument in your respect is that he is a huge part of the creation of all of it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I do also think that Will Smith only has one style of acting. After Fresh Prince, Will Smith was just I'm only doing serious roles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he had Hitch.
Yeah, Hitch was good.
Which was funny, but that was a low key. That's a movie you watch when there's nothing on Sunday night.
Yeah.
But it shows that he still has that. Mm. I also think they're in 2 different lanes, because I think where Childish is going to strive is not in acting, but it's in content creation.
Okay.
The kind of stuff that he's going to make is
100%.
That's fair.
Wild.
That's fair to say.
Yeah.
I do also feel he's still going to thrive in the side of acting. I never at all thought that Atlanta was going to be what it was. It's fucking amazing.
Right.
Incredible show.
I think the thing that's going to benefit him a lot is he really, really, really knows how to cast people around him. He creates his world very well. You know what I mean? So I don't ever, because I still think he has a pocket in regard to how he acts. He has a bit of I want to say a crass humor that is his thing. He's always gonna be there's this a nerd.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Intelligent. I'm laughing. You're laughing at me, but I'm laughing at you.
Yeah.
But he's able to create the world around him where it's just he knows how to direct certain things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yo, I don't care what anybody says, but beards give you superpowers. Bro, when you looked at him with you looked at him as Troy before.
Yeah.
Now it's
He has a beard.
That's Donald Glover. Even saying the name Donald, like what kind of name is Donald? But like I have nothing but respect for Childish Gambino or Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Speaking about changing the game and stuff, earlier this year around June, this group called Brockhampton put out this album called Saturation, and then they recently followed it up with Saturation 2. They recently came out with Saturation 2, and like this group kind of reminds me of like Odd Future, just because they're like changing up what it means to be like a group. Yeah. They don't even consider themselves like a rap group. They call themselves like a boy band.
Yeah, they want to be considered a boy
band. It's crazy because everyone within that band is like, it's just them. They're doing the producing, the graphic design, the rapping, all of that kind of stuff. So it's really good to see like this kind of level of production coming out from like people that are at the bottom. Not to say that they're low or anything. And like
they're just not as known.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But like they're gonna be breaking a lot of barriers because the things that they talk about aren't things that people are talking about at all.
So did you listen to the album, right?
Saturation 2, yeah.
So what did you think about it?
I thought it was dope.
Yeah,
honestly, I really thought it was dope. There's a lot of like bangers, and there's some like rockish songs, and there's some R&B songs that kind of gravitated more towards the bangers. But it was cool because like they were bangers with like a message.
Yeah.
Like when Pimp a Butterfly came out, he had bangers on there, but they all had messages. What about you?
I thought it was dope, actually. I feel like these are younger guys, right?
Yeah, all of them are like younger than 25-ish.
Yeah, so like I feel like this is like the first time we're hearing a band where they're inspired by like Tyler the Creator or like Travis Scott, like that era of people that came out. Like this is the first time you hear that inspiration from another band, because I heard a lot of like old school Tyler in a lot of their music,
even like Eminem too.
Yeah, right. So like I found that dope about the album.
Yeah.
I feel like they have amazing potential. I wouldn't give it anything above an 8, like, or a 7. Like I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10, but it's definitely a must listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I respect about them is like when Odd Future was coming out, like you didn't know how deep Odd Future was as a clique.
Yeah.
It was like you and Tyler, and then you knew Domo, and then you knew
Earl.
Definitely.
But like everybody had their moment to shine, whereas I feel like they're kind of like coming up as a clique, even though like obviously Kevin Abstract had been doing his thing from before, but like the way that they're coming up, it feeds the frenzy of like them, because it's like everybody as a boy band, which I don't think anybody's done it in the longest time.
Yeah,
you can literally pick who you want to follow. You know what I mean? Like that was something that only used to exist with like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Spice Girls. You know what I mean? Whereas now it's like, okay, cool. Well, now it's like there's this group of like 10 people, and it's like I like this guy because of this, I like that guy because of that, and you follow their journey. But now they have an opportunity to bring so many people in to see what they're doing. And they're all fucking crazy talented. Like their visuals are out of this fucking world.
Yeah, and it's like it's not like $1 million budgets.
Exactly.
It's like a couple $1,000s, and they get their point across with like wild visuals.
Yeah.
Just to speak on when you were talking about like the individuals that are a part of a bigger group and picking them, I think like that's the main problem with like TDE, because like TDE is, I mean, Black Hippie. It's like Kendrick, Schoolboy, J-Rock, and Absol, and like you have them separately, but they don't have like a collaborative album. And I really think once they have that, like Black Hippie's out of here for like everybody. That you disagree? Why do you say that?
I always felt like those three were
4.
way too different. 4. Who the fuck is 4? Oh,
J-Rock, Absol, Kendrick.
Okay,
yeah.
Those 4 are way too different, yo. Like the reason that they exist so well separately is because they should be separate.
I disagree with that.
I agree. Like I don't want to hear a Black Hippie album.
You don't want? Okay, but have you heard like Vice City?
Yes.
I mean, all of them have worked together, and it sounded dope. So why would an album not sound good? Like every time someone drops an album, they all have that one track that like everybody hops on,
but
and it's like crazy.
That's what I feel like is dope. It's like you can put that on any of their individual pieces, and it's like that's fucking fire. But like I don't think 10 tracks, even 5 tracks of them being on the same track together is gonna have that same energy.
Now
because it's like, I feel like what it is like, for all those things, it's like, okay, everyone's individual album is always dope. Like when they were when Thing put out Setbacks and Contradictions.
Schoolboy.
Yeah. And when Kendrick put out Section 80, and when Absol put out
Long Term 2.
No, Control.
Oh, okay. There was Control.
System.
Yeah.
And J-Rock put out his most recent one,
90059.
Yeah, like all those were like reflective of a period of time where it's like, okay, the thing that TDE does very well is like, this is Kendrick's time. It's Kendrick's album, so we're all gonna come together and make sure Kendrick, the best parts of Kendrick shine. You know what I mean? I don't feel that same way when it comes to like just their tracks. It's like, that's dope because I just got like blown away by everything that you did individually, and then you added like a cherry on top by just like, this is everybody that worked on this album with me though. Surprise. Yeah. But I don't think they'll mesh enough to be able to put out something that's gonna be that lit together, because there's nobody who's the focal point. They're all the focal point.
You see, but sorry, go on.
Yeah, on paper it might sound good, but like even like an album like Cruel Summer, where on paper everybody in good music is like amazing on their own, but when you got Cruel Summer, like it wasn't accepted by everybody, right? I thought it was lit, but like not everybody thought it was good, so it might be the same thing with this.
But now, what I would want from a Black KP album is not like 10 tracks where all 4 guys are on it. That's like a sensory overload.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think Cozy Tapes too. Like that's where he went wrong. Yeah. Because you had like 5 guys on one track, and like you would hear one verse and you'd fuck with that, but you'd have to listen to 2 other guys just to get to that verse. Yeah. I'm thinking of a Black KP album where maybe it's like one song, it's like Kendrick and Schoolboy, and then the next song it's like Absol and J-Rock. You know what I'm saying? It's not like 10 tracks, 4 guys each track. It's like more like a playlist almost, but just of those 4 guys. That's what I'm thinking about. And then toss in some Isaiah Rashad, SZA. Come on. That's what I was thinking. Not like a Cruel Summer or like a Cozy Tapes. Yeah.
Okay.
Back on track. So yeah, Brockhampton, they're definitely people to look out for. A big movement in terms of like visuals and content that they're creating. Yeah. The Look At Me video. XXX dropped the Look At Me video.
Extension cord.
Yo.
Shout out to Dakar for that.
That shit was wild. I didn't expect something like that from like his biggest song. Like, because it just wasn't that song. It was like the first verse from that song, and then he had like another verse from a song that he wrote, and then he had a poem at the end. But like that's not even the craziest part. It's like the visuals that came with it. The problem that most people had was that he hung like a 6-year-old white kid. How do you guys feel about this video?
I don't know. I just, like I said before, I don't fuck with him. Yeah. I'ma just play that one track on Tidal and then keep it moving.
Which track?
Look At Me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so and then just keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason for me to look out for whatever he's doing or support whatever he's doing. So, you can miss me with that.
My problem with, okay, I'm gonna start with this because I want that vibe to be in the air, but I fuck with that video a lot.
Same here.
Okay. I'm gonna start with that.
Yeah.
My problem with him is that he's I don't even think he knows what he's doing. Like, he's so fucked up as a human being and torn between good and evil that it's like that message is being lost by the people who need to listen to it, and everybody's just focusing on like, oh shit, that was absolutely crazy. The fact that everybody focuses on the fact that he hung that little white kid. But like the message that he was trying to put across and the way that everything connected is crazy. Yeah. Because really, the verse that happened before and the fact that he hung black people first and the shit that he was talking about and the poem at the end, like, bro, he's telling the truth. Before the internet existed, white people used to bring black people out of their houses and hang them publicly.
Yeah.
So all these, like, your 4-year-old white kid is watching a black person get hung.
Yeah.
All he's trying to do is flip it and show you that, like, yo, this is what.
That's what I'm saying.
People been doing for ages.
Yeah.
And it's like that's something that's been passed down from generation to generation. It's been just like chill, and everybody's always like for instance, I feel like specifically in the States and everything that's going on with like black people getting killed by cops and all that shit, it's just like everybody's desensitized.
Yeah.
So now it's like people don't even flinch as much as they should when another black person gets killed by a cop. But like that should be something crazy.
Yeah.
And he's showing it with the whole fact that he hung one little white kid.
Exactly.
That you could tell was a video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not even real life. It's a fucking video.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it's just because he's not the right person to be giving that message.
Yeah.
But it was amazingly done, and I feel like really perfect. And that poem that he had at the end was absolutely amazing.
Amazing.
Out at the fact
That's
that,
what I'm saying.
It was a poem that was not for one culture. It was to unify everybody. To say that, the biggest issue is the fact that as we get older, we desensitize ourselves. As kids, we need to be nurturing kids to be able to see how a universe should exist, how we should get along. You know what I mean? And like, there's so much that's gonna be missed. I 100% know that's gonna be missed in that entire production that he's created. But like, I gotta give it up to him. It's fucking good as shit.
You see, the one comment I have to make about this video is like, people went crazy. They were outraged. They were offended that he hung this little white kid, right? But we know it's a video. We know it's not real. And we know that kid's like fine. Mm-hmm. You're feeling like that knowing it's fake. Imagine how black people felt and it actually happened to them. Like, you're feeling outraged that you've seen a video of it, but people have been lynched in real life. People have died from this.
Bro, look at, like, it's not, like, the lynching is one thing, but that was still, like, 80 to 100 years ago. And now we're seeing, like, YouTube clips of cops point blank shooting somebody.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, it's still lynching. That's still fucking lynching. Yeah. There was no, like, you don't have the right to do that. And you're, like, that's public.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's terrible. Let's move on. But people will fucking spend time trying to end this dude's career for doing a video of a white kid getting lynched. Like, what? That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's crazy because his message to me was like on par, but like he wasn't the right person to say like what you were saying. But I mean, who else could do something so like explicit? I don't think there's anyone else in the rap game that could do something like that except for him right now.
So this is what I think like when I think about these like scenarios like this, it's like he's not the right person, but he's the only person that would do it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then it's like I was watching again, to mention Rap Radar, they've been on point right now, but they did an interview with Jay-Z where Jay-Z was talking about when he was gonna start Tidal, and he spoke to Pharrell to be a part of Tidal, and Pharrell looked at him and he's like, bro, don't do this. This is career suicide, because why are you going up against Apple and Spotify? Like, these are multi-billion-dollar people. They will end you.
Yeah.
Like, there's no chance. He's like, just chill. Do a deal with Apple. They'll give you all the money that you want. And he's like, it's not about that.
Yeah.
It's about making something. It's like making a change. It's about doing something that's going to progress the culture. You know what I mean? And that's something that I feel like, for instance, because the first person that came to mind when you're like, who else could do that was Donald Glover. Like, how many articles from the Emmys did you read? There's an article that the girl from Grey's Anatomy, the chick who created Grey's Anatomy, she did on the whole idea that it's like, all right, everybody's hyped because this is like a historic Emmy, because all these black people won these awards and all this like ethnic diversity, but it's disgusting that at this point in the 2000 or how many ever years the world has existed, that like we like that's how far we've gotten.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how far we've progressed as a human race. We're still celebrating like color as like, you know, it's like black people finally won. Like, what? Are you serious?
Yeah.
But it's like, in order for that to change, there's a balance of like, our success cannot be connected to what somebody else is deciding. You know what I mean? It's like, we worked so hard to get to this point and we won this award. But like it doesn't do anything to progress us. All it means is that we won this award and now we can do this much more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like statements to the extent of what
Extension cord.
Extension cord.
It's like what he's making is by the things that like it has to be a point where it's like how do you put it? Okay. When if something's going on in your life, right? Like say you're like beefing with somebody, right? And that person's like, I'm gonna pull up on you. You know what I mean? And you're like, bet, pull up on me. And you guys are beefing or whatever. If he sees you alone, he's like, I'm gonna pull up on you.
Yeah.
If he sees you with goons, he's like, alright, I'm gonna pull up on you tomorrow. You know what I mean? But it's like, there has to be a point in time where it's like, I feel like, and this is like very vague, but like people in power are not afraid of like society. You know what I mean? Like people, when you're in power, you're looking down at society like I control you.
Yeah.
But that can't be a thing anymore. It has to be like the power is equal. So the power of people coming together has to be a fear that somebody in power always has, because that's gonna keep them in check.
Yeah.
You know, okay.
Yeah.
You can't control people like that. There has to be equality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that's what I feel like if we were all to take that message as that, it would be crazy powerful, but it won't happen because it's the wrong person.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
If Childish came out and did that, we'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Woke.
I know.
Yeah, they'd call him woke.
All right. So on that note, that is this episode of MLT News. How about you let the people know where they can find you, your social medias?
Yeah, you can find me best place again, Instagram. The Instagram is at Ldaati, Ldaati. It means life, death, and all things in between. I just want to say thank you to these mans, because this is like, fuck, it was mad good. I gotta come back, like, I gotta make this like a regular thing. You guys need to be my therapist. Like, instead of this, you need one of those couches that mans could just...
Yeah. So tell me about
Yeah.
Yeah, done though.
Much respect. Much respect.
Thanks a lot, man. All right. That's been this episode. Peace.